Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and we are into Scorpio season. Scorpio season is alive and well. And so with Scorpio season, it's always different. It's secretive. It's not quite 100%. We don't need 100%. We do need something that's similar to it. So the decks I'll be using today are the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen and Radleigh, Valentine. The Enchanted Map I'm going to clarify with today. And this one I like, upside down, the Wisdom of the Oracle. So I'll start shuffling. So this is for the week of Scorpion energy. We're coming into Halloween. We're coming into a new moon. We're coming into a full moon. So there's going to be some stuff going on. So I was channeling some things today. And what I got, oops, there goes all the cards, was I got car accidents, fights, things breaking, people breaking up, unexpected visitors, unexpected damage to a car, a place, person or thing. I was getting this today. So I had this morning's viewpoint of my son has a car and he lends it to his brother. Now his brother has lots of friends that I don't know much about, but one of them is going to get into an accident because he's not watching what he's doing and he's going to get done for DUI. He'll either get drug tested or he'll get tested for alcohol. He just loses control of the car on a corner and runs into a fence. So that's for someone very specific out there that may be friends with my son, who's a Scorpion, and his birthday's this week. Coming up on the 11th of the 11th, 01. He was born at 11th of the 11th at 11:45. 2001. There's so many 11s in his chart, it's not funny. He's a power number. So 11 and 11 becomes 20, I think it's 21 life path or 22. It's extremely psychic. So the night that he was on his way, 2 months before he was born, I saw him and I had this weird vision. I was pregnant, I was 8 months pregnant. It was September 11th and the planes hit the first or the second tower by that stage, and I woke up at 11:45 and with a startle because I'd seen my son on top of a building. He was 2 and he had curly blonde locks, like a curly top, like Shirley Temple, and he was this beautiful little Cupid that was underneath this rubble on top of this tower, which I had no idea was the Twin Towers. And under the Twin Tower rubble, under the angel's wing, was my son Christopher. And I said to him when he came through in this vision, "Oh my God, that's my Cupid, that's my Christopher." When he was delivered at 11:45, I said, "There's my Cupid." Now it's interesting. I've been researching things on Cleopatra. I've always had a thing for Cleopatra. I've always had an affinity for Cleopatra ever since I was a young girl. I used to collect things that had like Isis or Cleopatra or Bast. It's the cat Bast, which represents all the Egyptian, hieroglyphs and all that. Always had an affinity with that. And I had a vision that when I was in my past life, I was a goddess, a high priestess, or either Cleopatra or something, and I wore purple. And I had to come out of this bathroom that was old and whatever, and I had to go and deliver a message to all these people. So I think in a past life I was Cleopatra, and I think Christopher, and apparently I was researching, Christopher was my Cupid, and apparently her first child to Mark Antony, she called him her Cupid. So it's very interesting. I only found this information out today. It's very unique. It's individual to my son Christopher, but it makes sense because she wanted to have kids, and she had twins, but she had to hide them because they were trying to infiltrate her building. I think that was what happened. and they hid the twins. They apparently survived, but Cleopatra did not survive, and she killed herself with an asp. But she wanted to make sure her twins survived. So I think I've been living out a reincarnation of what happened to her to make sure she had those two boys again. Reincarnated again, my two boys. First card I pulled is the Two of Pentacles. That's to me with juggling finances or juggling two jobs. So for some of you Scorpions, you may have two jobs, two sets of finances. You may have a savings account. You may have an account that money comes out of, or something like that. Now, Scorpions are known for dealing with the healthcare system. I've been in nursing for the last 20 odd years. I started in pharmacy when I was 17. My son is going into psychology. He's also had an affinity for biology and things to do with nursing. My mum's a nurse. My aunt's a nurse. My sister-in-law's a nurse. And my son is studying a Bachelor of Science, and he's doing chemistry, and what he sees or looks at is the brains of a cell. So not the mitochondria, it's the cells beyond the mitochondria. It's the beginning of that. He deals with those sorts of things. So we all deal with the health profession. That's the Scorpio energy. A lot of them are in healthcare. They often have 2 degrees. So you may have someone that's in healthcare, but also in the entertainment industry. Scorpios like to be hidden. They like to work behind the scenes. They could be in production or post-production, or work as a producer behind the scenes. They don't like to be in the spotlight. They like to be behind the scenes. That's a typical Scorpion energy. They tend to work better on their own. They go into hiding like the phoenix. They may have lots of failures, but then they come out of it bigger and stronger the second time around. They rise out of their own ashes. That is a Scorpion energy. That's what I've found with any Scorpion I've ever dealt with. I've always had friends that are Scorpions. I've always had children. My son was a Scorpion, and I have a Scorpion moon. So I tend to relate more to a Scorpionic energy than my Aquarian sun sign. Okay, so it comes up as the 7 of Cups. This is to do with 7 opportunities. So you've got 7 choices. It's saying you have maybe possibly 7 jobs you might want to go do, or 7 opportunities. 7 and 2 is 9. So whichever you choose has to be the right energy for you. If you dip your pond back in the pond you've always dipped in, then you're going to stay in that pond. And sometimes when you stay in the same pond, if you leave water for a couple of days, it becomes rank, becomes stagnant. I don't think that's where you want to be. As an Aquarian, we like new experiences, we like different things. We want to explore the unknown, the supernatural. In the past, you had a problem with ego. So maybe you were really good at what you did, and maybe you developed an ego out of it. And maybe your ego made you too proud to tell the people that you love how you felt about them. Maybe that was your way to insulate yourself from revealing your innermost self. A lot of Scorpions do not like to reveal how they feel. They are the enigmas of the zodiacs. They don't like to reveal how they are or who they are because they fear retribution and judgment. So they prefer to be on the down low, not drawing attention to themselves. They just like to tell you how it is after the fact. They're very similar to Cancer energy. I have a Cancer moon as well. Cancers will go and move to Bermuda or Auckland and tell you about it 3 months later. Or they purchased a house and tell you 3 months later. They don't ask for consultation. They just go off and do it. That's Cancer energy. So for water signs out there, if you're a Scorpion with Cancer moon, this might relate to you. But yeah, Scorpions are the hidden ones. I didn't know about my son for 4 months. He hid himself for 4 months. I did pregnancy tests. I did all those things. And still he hid himself for 4 months. We didn't know what sex he was because he hid his bits. Very secretive. Did not like the camera. 2 of Spring. They told me he was a girl. He was not, but he has female qualities. In the past, you may have had dealings with people from the LGBTQ community that are friends of yours, or you just may have been involved with people that are in industries that relate to that. So it could be makeup, fashion designing, creative energies, those sorts of things. You may have friends in that industry. And those people tend to be in all those creative industries. And again, it's all about the illusion. So you may have friends that are Pisces, because Pisces are all about illusion. They're cinematic. They're part of the industry. They could be singers, they could be actors, they could be media. People that try to do things under a guise or under a mask. Oh, there you go. That fell out. You are dealing with someone who is unemotional. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Someone who doesn't always tell you how they feel. They might not always come across as the emotional, touchy-feely types. They're a great public speaker, a fantastic CEO, an exciting and interesting professor, but they are as far removed from their emotions as they can be because they find them too painful. Sometimes being an air sign, it's easier to be detached, and that's what Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra are. They may be going through a dark night of the soul, and you'll be none the wiser because they don't want to upset you. But they don't. They should actually let you in, but they don't always. So whoever's out there that's having issues, I'm hoping that this Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini lets you in because they need support. As much as they say they're fine, they're not. They need support. They say they're happy with the company of their books, their studies, their own company. But 9 times out of 10, a Libra, especially a Libra, needs lots of friends and support around them. They do not do well on their own. Aquarius, opposite. They like their own alone time. Gemini, very much sociable. You may have someone that's got a Libra with a Gemini moon, or a Libra with a Gemini and an Aquarian moon. So there's times they want their alone time, there's times they need people. These people need people. Okay, next card. The Magician. So for some Scorpions, you are manifesting something interesting for you right now. This is the rock star gone awry. This is like Michael Hutchence, or the last big rock star of the century would be, not Elton John, but Aerosmith, Tyler, people like that. They're big energy. You've got an Aries coming in around you that's going to help you out with a job or manifesting a career. They just want to kind of help you on your next stage of your journey. Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Wands. 5 people fighting the good fight. You may have a lot of opposition to what you want to do. If you're a Scorpion if you've got a Scorpion moon here in Aquarius, good luck. If you have a traditional family, they're not going to get you. Will they ever? No. Just deal with it. Aquarian energy again, the dreamer. The dreamer is all about taking risk, embracing the new, no limits, wanting to begin a new adventure. This is what's around you. You want to surround yourself with people that are like you, entrepreneurs, people that are not scared to take a risk, people that want to try something new. These are the people you want and need around you. Also a birth of something, birth of a business, birth of a baby. Lovers, 2 choices. Okay, so you may have 2 people that you're trying to decide between. One may be in military, pilot. One may be younger and one may be older. It's also to do with health. You're trying to get your health right, which is a good thing. Working on your health is really good. Being for a Scorpion, it's a good thing. And you may just have self-love, looking after your own self. Sometimes you need to pull back from the collective in order to get well. That's what it's saying. Everyone's had vaccinations recently. That, again, improves health. So maybe being a Scorpion, you have to retreat for a couple of days to get well. It's talking about retreating. Then we have the 3 of Autumn. Being commissioned for a piece of creative work or work that you might do online. Someone may approach you that's in the media industry that likes what you do and wants to utilise both people as collaborators. You have to decide if that's what you want to collaborate with. If they are the people you want to collaborate with, are they the right people? Don't collaborate with people that don't share your vision. It's not the right people. Okay. We've got our other cards. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette-Baron-Reid. This is to do with confirmation of. Oh, there you go. I felt that. Time to go. I said this to my son today. Some of you are deciding to uproot and go somewhere new. A new country, a new state, a new address. It's just in the future. Maybe something has run its course. Or you can't find any way to... you can't find a way to agree. You just agree to disagree. Next one, we're just waiting for it to fall. Round and round. Maybe you've heard this before and you're over it. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Some may be lucky right now. You may come into some money, or you just might come into a cycle that's upcycling. You've gone from a bad cycle to a good cycle. That's always a good thing. You're coming out of the old and going into the new. Being a Scorpio, we go through deaths quite a lot. So we have death and we have rebirth, and usually you have to go out with a big bang when it comes to the death of something. And then once we have a death, then we come out in a big bang when we're healthy and well again. This is talking about trying to find a happy medium of going out with a big bang and coming back with a big bang without being too disruptive. So yeah, don't burn your how do you say? Do not burn too many bridges too many times. Try and burn the bridges that you know can rebuild. That's all I have for you, Scorpio.